As Labour MP for West Coast-Tasman, I've been busy offshore as Minister for Agriculture and Minister for Trade, negotiating trade agreements with the UK, with the EU, with RCEP, creating opportunities for billions of dollars of additional revenue to come back into our country, particularly for West Coast-Tasman, where we have fishing, we have forestry, we have horticulture, we have wine, dairy and mining. All of these things create billions of dollars of revenue for the country, but also job opportunities and wealth for our West Coast-Tasman region. I set up Fit for a Better World, a strategic view to the future. We took on Mycoplasma bovis, and we've now almost completely eradicated it. And we've set up support systems for rural support trusts, giving them millions of dollars to support rural people in adverse events. And we've achieved record export earnings, $57 billion, never before, from our primary sectors. The first thing we did when we came into government was had to find $40 million to finish Grey Base Hospital. We then moved on to a $20 million facility in Westport, and we've committed to rebuild Nelson Base Hospital. Along with that, we've increased the salaries for nurses, for health specialists, to ensure that all the people of West Coast-Tasman have access to the health services when they need them. Look, the ports have been part of history, of course, on the West Coast, but they can be part of the future as well. As we move to decarbonise, to get more trucks off the road and to get more bulk transport onto the sea, this makes everything more efficient and better for our region, a region that has 3 operational ports. Well, across the country, we've built new classrooms. But in West Coast-Tasman, what we've done is we're rebuilding Collingwood Area School, a significant upgrade at Takaka School. We've rebuilt Karamea Area School, and of course there've been ongoing developments at schools right through our West Coast region. Westport's my hometown, and it's been great to be able to work with local council there to ensure that those people affected by those floods have a good prospect for a future that protects their assets, protects their individual livelihoods and their safety in the event of another flood.
A very close relationship between central government and local government is absolutely critical, in my opinion, and Damien's sort of the epitome of how that's worked really, really well for the Buller district. In our time of crisis during our significant floods in 2021, Damien was always on the other end of the phone, not only as our local MP but also part of Cabinet, being able to activate the resources the community needed and keeping in touch with exactly what was happening here on the ground was really, really valuable. On a more strategic level, some of the achievements over the past 3 years that Damien's certainly been at the forefront of, that's really important really to the whole West Coast-Tasman. Things like the significance of international trade. We're highly reliant on our export markets here on the West Coast, and efforts that the government have made in that space I think will serve us well going forward as well. Another real key thing down here on the ground in Westport and the West Coast is the enablement of coastal shipping. So that's going to see the ports of Westport and Greymouth come back alive, really in the bulk shipping base, but also in the support they've provided to the local fishing fleet through renewal of all the fishing assets in both Westport and Greymouth. So really cool, key strategic things that support our communities and support our industry as well. The past 3 years have highlighted some of the challenges that communities such as ours are going to have to deal with. And fundamentally, it's a close relationship between central and local government that's going to help bring all of the parties together to tackle those. I'm really confident with that relationship that I've had for the past 3 years, and I'm really committed to maintaining that going forward.